Do you feel like your glutes want to clench and your bottom wants to tuck, and do you feel really tight deep in your glute area? Well, I want to go over 3 helpful exercises to help you unstick your sacrum and create some space in here so that you can feel free to move, to open, and to hinge well. The first exercise I want you to give a try is a hands and knees with a hamstring drag and a tailbone lift. So you're going to go into your hands and knees, and I want you to think about pulling up on the wall with your feet, which is going to engage your hamstrings. Now, as you engage these hamstrings, what's going to happen is that's going to pull down on these sits bones, because this is where your hamstrings attach. So it's going to pull down on these sits bones. Now, as you pull down with your hamstrings, I want you to simultaneously think about lifting your tailbone. So you can place your hand back on your tailbone if that's helpful and lift that tailbone in the air, keeping those hamstrings engaged and pulling down. And what that's going to do is create some space back here, okay? It's going to create some nutation of that sacrum. And then from there, what I want you to do is hold this position. So hold that isometric hamstring drag with the tailbone lift and give me 5 nice big breaths. Inhaling into your back, which is going to help make sure you're not using your back to lift that tailbone to free it. And then exhale, thinking about compressing your rib cage. All right, so give that a try for your first exercise. For your second exercise, you're going to go into 90-90. Now, this is going to feel completely different from the hands and knees, but we're going to use the same tactics of engaging those hamstrings to help lift your pelvis into the air. So we're going to be pulling on these ischial tuberosities, pulling them up. But I want you to take a towel roll and place it underneath your sacrum. So you're going to make the tailbone heavy, thinking about keeping in contact with that towel roll as you engage those hamstrings up. And what that's going to do is it's going to tell those muscles that like to clench and tuck on you just to let go and let those hamstrings do the work. The other thing I want you to really think about with this is I want you to think about no clenching. So in your glute area, it should be soft and squishy in here. And you could only feel those hamstrings, so more the back of your leg, engaging to do this exercise. So then I want you to hold that position, and then I want you to give me some nice big breaths there to help hold on to that position, thinking about really squishing that rib cage in and down and getting all your air out for those exhales. Now, for your third exercise, you're going to be up and standing, which is going to make it much harder for coordination-wise. But for this one, I love it because it makes it more practical. So I love this exercise for warming up for things like going for a run or a walk to really help open up this area and get those glutes lengthening before I go and use my lower body. So it's a fantastic warm-up. So what I want you to think about here is you're going to pull back with that front leg, engaging that front hamstring. Now, as you do that, that is going to help anchor or pull down on this side of your pelvis. And then I want you to think about lifting that tailbone. So same thing there. So you're going to help lift that tailbone. Now, because the other side's in the back and you're pulling forward, that's going to also help lift that tailbone, and you're going to get a little bit of that kind of reciprocal motion going on where you're kind of opening one side while the other side is closing a little bit, which is awesome for running and walking and moving around and actually using our pelvis. And so for this one too, I want you to think about hinging. So you're going to pull down with those hamstrings and you're going to hinge up, really thinking about freeing that tailbone while keeping that front hamstring engaged. And that's going to really help to open this area even more dramatically than the last 2 exercises. But it's going to be a little bit more challenging to coordinate because you are up on your feet. So give that a try and see if one of those 3 exercises doesn't resonate with your body or with your clients for helping them free that sacrum and opening up that glute. Whoops, opening up that glute area. This pelvis has got bigger problems now.